Hello everyone, Barb here. Well, I am filming this at the end of August, but it will go up in October because it's a little Halloween themed project. I have a little gift for my granddaughter. Rather than load her up with candy and junk, I thought I would just give her a little toy. And I have this bag. This was some sort of bag that, close to my heart, had, I'm guessing, some papers in. It has a little zip top, and I'm going to cut that off. And we're going to make a little label to go on this bag to cover up the little, oh, I don't know, the little label that's on the bag that was whatever was in the bag from Close to My Heart. So I just whacked that off, and I am going to gather that together for a label, but I want to put something right here on this to kind of cover up what's in the bag, to give it a little bit of mystery. So I went digging in my stash because, well, that's what I have. I have a stash. A couple new things here and there, but mostly things I've collected and saved. This was a stamp and then cut set. Was one of the first, it was at the very beginning of Close to My Heart's delving into dies. And so anything shaded in the blue, there's a die cut for. And I have loved this and have used it ever since I got it. I don't remember what year it was, probably 6 years ago. This is it was a special, so there's the number of it. I know that this was still available when they were having their closeout sale, when they finished up at the end of May. This was still available. There were also just the dies still available because you used to be able to buy them separately. And I think you could through the end of the company. But anyway, I never bought just the stamp set, not on purpose anyway. I always bought the dies because I love the dies. So I decided to use the kitty. She likes the kitty. So I stamped it and I have it all cut out. These little spider webs, I think I got this last year. So, I mean, I had cut out a whole bunch of these. And I will use these up for trick-or-treat packaging. But spider webs are always good. The nested dies, I pulled these in. These I just got a little while ago from scrapbook.com because I didn't have a nested set of Hexagon dies. And so I picked 2 out to make the white layer, and then I have this, I don't even know what color that is. This was a set of sample papers that were made with, I think the images were made a little smaller to use on cards, and this went along with papers from Close to My Heart, and I had picked that up and it's been sitting and floating around. I have Versafine Onyx black ink. I have a couple of little stamps here. I also brought in my Misty. I'll get this out of the way. Get this in here. I want to stamp that big Happy Halloween from my stamp set, and I'm afraid it might not stamp perfectly. So I'm kind of looking, where do I want this? And I'm going to lay it down. I have a little, it's from Waffle Flower. It's a mat that's a little bit sticky. And so I'm using the grid line, hopefully to line it up. Though it really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can be a little funky. And, you know, I think that's good enough. I think that will work just fine. I'm pushing it down. I'll take my Misty magnet and stick it right there. And I think that will be good. So I'm going to ink up my stamp. Give it 3 passes. Let's see how that works. And wish me luck. I'm going to do a little rubbing. You can rub with your hand. You can use your fingers. You can give it the old CPR approach. And that looks pretty good, but I'm going to give it one more go. And see if I can just get it a little bit darker, a little more crisp. Ooh, yes, that made a big difference. I'm going to pull this out, close that for now. I do have my old stamp chamois. This was from Close to My Heart, but lots of companies have stamp chamois. Gina K has stamp chamois. Lawn Fawn has a stamp chamois. I'm sure Simon's a stamp. Tim Holtz, you know, just put in stamp chamois, and I am sure lots of options will come up when you go into your Googleizer. That looks pretty good. Set it aside. And I just keep my stamp chamois. This was a Close to My Heart little container for a stamp chamois, and I like that because it can dry out. Some people use a salt cellar. I like that I can lay it flat, so if you can find a flat option, I do recommend that. So I've got my 2 layers, and we're just going to start building. I'm going to lay that on there, and yep, I think that's going to be fine. And I'm using glue today just because it's here and handy. And I'm going to need it for my cutesy patootsy spider web. I'm going to stick this on there. So I'm looking at this line here just to give me an idea of where to put my glue, so I don't end up with glue all over the place where I don't want it. Of course, you can always wipe up glue. It's not the end of the world. But if you can minimize the need to wipe things up, it saves you a little time. And it's oozing out a little bit, but that's okay because it does dry clear. I am going to pop up my little kitty. Isn't he cute? Little fangs. Oh, I just remember when this came out and I just loved it. It was so sweet. And like I said, I have used it, I swear, every year since I got it. I can put some behind that eye. Oh, and I can even stick a little there. Okay, maybe a tiny little bit on the tail so the tail doesn't sag. There. And this is some pretty thick 3-dimensional tape, 3D tape. I think I got it from scrapbook.com or something. I talk about scrapbook.com a lot. Well, it's my go-to place now. It's kind of my first stop. Okay. And we can put our cute little kitty. Isn't that sweet? I just love that little kitty. I think that's adorable. Now I do have some little stamps here. Let's see what we can do. We've got Trick or Treat. Isn't that sweet? And, oh, got a boo. Oh, and that didn't stamp very well at all. Yeah, that's okay. A little shadow stamping never hurt anything. And I'm going to do the little moon. And that's it for that part. And bring this in, and I will just tuck this on here. And I think a little tape. I've got some score tape. And I think I got this on Amazon. This is really strong stuff. I think glue would just be so messy on that. It would end up working, but I think it would be challenging, to say the least. And we'll just get a couple more pieces on here and call it good. Now for me, we don't get very many trick-or-treaters, so I can be a little more fancy with my trick-or-treating goodies. If you live where you can't do this, that's okay. Maybe do like this, where it's something super special for my granddaughter. You know, do something super special for those really special kids in your life. Or maybe really special co-workers. You know, I don't think we ever outgrow the funness of Halloween. I don't know. I would, if I were invited to an adult Halloween gathering, I think I would bring a little hostess gift. You know, the Halloween is that kind of stuff that it's so cute and you buy it and then, you know, it doesn't get used that much. So let's find reasons to use it. So I'm gonna just tuck it up here. And that's it. Look at that. Isn't that fun? What a fun thing. And then we'll gather it up, put a little bow on it, and it will be a fun little treat for my granddaughter. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. Get out your Halloween goodies and have a play. Have a blessed crafty day, and I'll see you next time.